AITA for holding a 4-year-long grudge against a doctor over something small. Back when my son was 4, he had extreme behavioral issues. His doctor started making arrangements for an evaluation to be done, but ultimately he ended up retiring before anything was pushed through, and my son was given a new doctor in the practice. The new doctor was fresh out of college and was so dismissive. She met with my son once, went over his charts and point blank told me my son was acting like that because of me. Spent the entire 30-minute appointment telling me how to parent my kid, and what I was doing wrong, telling me that I lacked consistency, that I needed to learn discipline, that he only acted like that because I didn't have a backbone, and she wasn't even nice about it either. Like every time I would mention any behavior my son had, I was met with a smirk or an eye roll, and a "yeah, he does that because you're young and don't know what you're doing. Children aren't playthings. This is what happens when babies have babies." I was 24. To make matters worse, my son was her first ever patient. She had just gotten out of college and was shadowing up until then. I even brought up that my son started having breathing problems, and she told me it was behavioral, and that he was only acting like he was having breathing issues to get his own way, because he would hold his breath and start screaming, hyperventilating. I left that appointment crying, put in a complaint and switched doctors before even leaving the office. Well, the doctor they switched my son to was great. They did the evaluation like his original doctor wanted, and it was determined that he had AUD, and gave me resources to manage it. Not only that, but they also diagnosed him with asthma after checking his O2 and it being 84. He was later diagnosed with ADHD. Well, this doctor just switched practices, and now there's only 2 doctors in this pediatrics office. One being the one I filed a complaint about years ago. The front desk tried switching my son back to being under this doctor's care and I've refused. I don't want her anywhere near my kid, or me, but the other doctor is slammed with patients, so they called me in for a meeting, and the doctor I filed the complaint about apologized, and asked me to let go of the past and that she's more educated now, and feels she should be forgiven, especially where it was over something small. I stood my ground, however, and told her she wasn't welcome near me, or my child, and due to this, I've overwhelmed the other doctor, who already has a lot of patients. My husband thinks I'm an off for not giving this doctor a chance, but I don't feel she deserves one after proving that she's just a dismissive person in general.